Hey, it's Sidney. Real quick, before we get into the next chapter in the Winnie Ruth Judd story tomorrow, I wanted to share something a little different. This is a short clip from Running in Slow Motion. It's another podcast on my You Hear Good Things podcast network. This one I co-host with my wife, Tamra. It's funny, honest, and a whole different vibe, but still very us. If you like it, hit follow on Running in Slow Motion. New episodes drop every Tuesday morning. You can find it wherever you listen to your favorite pods.
You hear good things.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Running in Slow Motion. I'm your host, Sidney Smith, with my co-host and my wife,
Tamra Smith.
What are you trying to keep from laughing about? What's wrong with you?
About what you just did.
What happened? What happened?
Nothing. I was just watching all the production behind the scenes, and it was just funny.
No. That's because you're silly. Hey, guys, welcome back. Thank you, guys. Hopefully you liked the episode we just dropped. We're going to try to make Tuesday mornings our regular drop days. I know the first one that we just did, I was just in a rush wanting to get something out there for you folks who may have missed us. And looking at the numbers, it wasn't too many of you. So, all jokes aside, we rushed that one out, expecting those numbers that I'm looking at to climb. But Tuesday mornings will be our regular drop. Tuesdays, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so thank you guys for jumping in here again. What is up, man?
I'm just smiling at you.
Oh, my God.
You give me such a hard time, you guys. Sometimes I just sit and look at him like I'm enamored by my husband, and then he's just like, what?
Yeah.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Enamored by me. You guys hear that? That's the phrase, the terminology used just before your spouse kills you when they're trying to set up their alibi. You can go back and listen to the podcast where I said I was enamored with him. Who says shit like enamored?
I just like to look at you sometimes.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, I'm happy to be back doing the pod, man. Super, super happy about it. I had to go out and get some Dutch Bros coffees before we hit the record button today.
Yeah, we've been making a lot of trips there lately.
You know, it was a weird thing. I'm going to be honest with you. For a lot of you guys out there with teenage kids, it was your children that kind of turned me off on the Dutch Bros. I was like, I'm not going over there. These kids look like they are annoying.
Well, I never went because there used to only be like one Dutch Brothers that was like close to us, and it was
there weren't a lot.
20-minute drive, and like I just go to Starbucks down the street. But now that they're putting in more closer to us, it's worth the little extra drive.
Yeah, and I don't know where everybody out there sits, man. I'd rather do a little Dutch Bros than Starbucks these days. With Starbucks, it started to drive me nuts because their prices were always creeping up. I never quite saw where my money was going, though. I don't see any added value for the money that I'm continuing to spend, and seeing it go up. The prices go up and up and up. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Starbucks didn't think about the food. I stopped eating the sandwiches there. They used to have a sandwich I liked a lot with the bacon in there.
I
whatever.
still like the food.
I can't do it again. The price is going up and up, and I know you just have this food shipped in and you're microwaving it. So I'm paying a ton of money for some shit you're taking out of a plastic wrapper and throw it in the microwave. It $7 or whatever it is for a sandwich, and the bacon is sliding off the sandwich, and this is powdered eggs, and no, I can't. I gotta stop doing this.
Yeah, let's not trash Starbucks too much here.
Why? Who's trashing them? I'm being honest.
That's true. I think I just like the difference of the taste of the coffee. I don't know if they use like a different type of coffee or if I don't know. The coffee tastes different. When I go to Starbucks, I feel like it tastes like more bitter. So I don't know if it's a type of bean that they use. Dutch Brothers just doesn't taste like that. So
look, Starbucks is not a sponsor of this pod or anything else that I do. Not the other pod, not any comedy, not any films, not anything. So until Starbucks starts putting a little money in this tip jar that I keep, because of course Starbucks, they all got tip jars.
yeah,
that's the other thing with Starbucks.
Dutch Brothers has tip jars too.
They do, but it's not overly done with the tip jars. Today we went and got the Dutch Bros, and I paid for it. She didn't hit me with the old screen there where they turn to see if you want to tip, and everybody looks the other way like they don't know that screen is asking you to tip.
And the box wasn't like personalized or anything. It was
No.
just like a plain Dutch Brothers peace sign, like peace sign box. It wasn't like they wrote notes on it to try to appeal to you or anything.
Like, I don't normally keep a bunch of cash or anything, but hey, maybe I'll keep a couple of shekels in my pocket just to throw $1 or something into. Because again, I appreciate the service, I appreciate the product, and those kids back there are not as annoying, and I like their music. They listen to some
They
of the same
do.
music.
They have good music.
Yeah, like Starbucks with your elevator music, like when you're waiting to get killed someplace at Starbucks.
When did I drive through there? Was it yesterday or the day before? I went by myself to Dutch Brothers, and I went through the drive-through, and their music was actually really good.
It is not bad, not bad. But Starbucks has been around forever. But yeah, Dutch Bros. I had to get up. Hate to bore you guys with our Dutch Bros conversation if you're bored with it. But I just wanted to talk about it.
I'm sure that there are other households that are divided between Dutch Brothers and Starbucks. So,
you and I are divided on a few different things, but this one I think we're kind of jiving on the same thing. And I normally don't even drink iced coffee that much, but when I go to Dutch Brothers, I get the iced caramelizer.
yeah.
Because I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off for my money.
Yeah, and we just learned today that it's made with chocolate milk. I
Yeah.
bet that made it more exciting for you.
How this isn't tearing up my stomach is beyond me.
We went to the window and I said, "Can I get the caramelizer but like sugar free?" And she says, "Yeah, in the sugar free we use sugar free caramel and half." And I'm like, "What do you put in the regular one?" And she said chocolate milk, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I was like, whoa, chocolate milk and caramel?
The look on Sidney's face was
I'm telling you,
it
I'm
was good.
amazed that my stomach is not killing me right now when you got chocolate milk.
I still do like to go by Starbucks, so like on my way to work, mostly because I do like the food there. So like if there's a morning I want to get breakfast, but I generally just do like passion tea and a breakfast sandwich.
Is this why you didn't want anyone to hear you say anything bad about Starbucks? You thought they
No, because I still like Starbucks for other things. I just don't enjoy their coffee.
I don't dislike the coffee. I like the coffee. I usually get my grande caramel macchiato hot, even if it's 100 degrees outside. But, certain things with them, sometimes you just got to draw a fucking line.
Yeah, but you always complain that at every location we go to, they make it different.
Well, that is the other thing. There was once, and I hate to sound like some old dude, but there was a time when you could go to any Starbucks, like you go to almost any McDonald's. I've never went to a McDonald's and got a Big Mac and said, "This don't taste like a Big Mac. This don't taste like the Big Mac around the corner." With Starbucks, it is a lot of whatever the fuck is going on back behind that particular counter at that particular location. This is going to dictate what this coffee tastes like.
Yeah, and they always do weird things like, "Well, you didn't say you wanted it stirred or mixed," or I'm like, I don't even know what words to use anymore when I go there. I'm like, "Can I just have
It's stirred.
a tea?
Yeah, it's
Can I just
stirred.
have tea?"
Yeah. Well, that's normally what you get there when you go to Starbucks. Like, you don't get a coffee too often.
No, because it's bitter to me. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I was talking to Shauna about it about a week ago, and she's like, "Remember that class?"
Shauna is
my friend Shauna. So we went, but she was like, "You remember that class we went to? We went to this class at like Press, I think it was like a coffee. I don't know if it was like a coffee class, but it was like you got to do like tasting of different types of beans, and there is a big difference." And so
100%.
she said like, maybe you just don't like the bean that they use with Starbucks. And I was like, oh, I guess maybe that's it.
It's a different taste of coffee for sure. Starbucks coffee is, while I grew up drinking it, and again, I enjoy my usual caramel macchiato every once in a while. I'll switch it up to peppermint mocha, especially for the holidays, because it just kind of puts me in that mood for the holidays. It is definitely a bitter tasting, which is why I'm always surprised to see anyone go in and ask for just a regular coffee.
Yeah.
Just give me a regular black coffee. One, the price of it, but two, just the pure bitterness of it. So it's definitely something with the bean that they're using.
I will say one other thing that I like about Dutch Brothers, and people might not like this, so they might comment and say otherwise. I like that they don't have like sit down places.
Why?
I don't know, because sometimes I hate going into Starbucks because there's just a bunch of people sitting in there with their laptops. like taking up all the space because they don't have Wi-Fi at home, or I don't know. Like maybe that makes me sound like horrible, but they're like in the way a lot of the time, or it'll be like one person at a table that seats 12 and they got like 50 books piled around them. Well, just go to a library.